From your point of view, how do our simulators differ to what you would normally experience at home?
So I think from my point of view, fidelity and the feel, it feels more natural than what I'm used to in the current sim kit and what I've experienced in other areas of sim racing. And coming from like a karting background, especially, it, the feel is just so much more natural to me when using like your kit, for example, even down to the pedals, and especially things like the added extras that add on top the experience. So it's things like the kicker, for example, the wind machines and stuff like that. To bring it kind of all together in one pack, as it were, it just really adds to the experience. So I'm blown away. I have to say, I think it's fantastic what you've done here.
And do you find that the triple screen format works better than most of the formats you've used before?
Absolutely. So the fact that I can look at the apex and I can see where I'm turning in, as opposed to if you're just on a normal widescreen monitor, obviously it's quite limited. It's not the end of the world, but the fact that you have much more visibility in terms of what you're doing, where you're placing the car, when you're doing the lines kind of thing, then it really adds to the experience as well. So yeah, if you can get your hands on triple screens like you have here, in terms of the way you've got them set up, I think it's absolutely a no-brainer in terms of being able to just really kind of get that extra couple of tenths or extra couple of half a second or whatever that may be, especially if you're really trying to compete on the sim racing side of things.
Now, Jim mentioned to you some of the component parts that we particularly developed that are very specific to classic race simulators. In particular, the steering wheels and the pedals and the wind simulators. How did you find those as an experience?
Honestly, I'm kind of blown away about the quality and the feel of them in terms of when I'm driving. I mean, I've driven the Lotus, the 1960 simulator that you've got, and it's just, as I joked to you before we recorded this, because the experience is so intertwined into all the features, I even start looking in the mirrors, even though they're not real, because you're just so immersed in how everything is kind of put together in terms of the quality of the pedals, the fact that you've got the quality of the gearbox that's designed not to be like the best in terms of how you'd have it today. It's more how it would be back in the era. And that really makes a huge difference in terms of how you experience it. And it's the feel of the wheel, the feel of the force feedback, the fact that it feels much more natural than what I've experienced before. So it all adds up, because all those little things add up to give a really amazing experience in terms of going sim racing and really trying to get everything out of it, as it were. And they just really add to the realism.
Now, our key audiences to sell the race rigs to are track day racers, historic racers, and essentially sim racers that want to take things to the next level. How do you feel that our sims actually fulfil what those three groups would apply?
So I think if you're a sim racer, so I've been doing sim racing for about 15 years, from back to the Grand Prix Legends all the way through to things like R-Factor 2 and iRacing. And I think with this kit that you've got, it's really going to enable you to just find that little bit extra that you'll often see when you're doing sim racing competitively. You'll get so far, and then it will be the kit will kind of start making the difference, as it were, in terms of the feel, the feedback, and everything else. So I think in terms of sim racing, especially, then the kit really kind of, I feel, makes a difference in terms of, especially what you guys have done here as well. And I think from doing track days as well and doing karting, you start to feel like you're gaining experience before you actually go out there and do it for real, as it were. So the fact that obviously trying to do it with the British weather, shall we say, and everything else put together, the fact that I can come down, use your rigs or experience your rigs, and kind of get that experience before doing it for real. I feel that they're so close to what you could get without actually doing it for real. Then you're going to get such a huge experience advantage out of it. And I think that's going to pay dividends.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And welcome back anytime.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Thank you.
That's smashing. Thanks, Chris.